Let's discuss some of the most common do's and don'ts everyone should know before they go on their next cruise. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and today we're talking about the most common do's and don'ts that everyone should know before they go on their cruise. The first thing I suggest everyone should do is, if you're flying into a port city, try to arrive a day early. This way, if you have any cancellations or if you have any flight delays, you will still have plenty of time to make your cruise. So just think about if you make those reservations the day of your cruise and there happen to be a flight cancellation or your flight happen to be delayed for a long period of time, you could miss your cruise. Another reason to arrive to your port a day early is for rest and convenience. If you get a good night rest the day before your cruise, you will enjoy your first day on board a whole lot better than you would if you were up all night or if you were flying or traveling all morning. After you've made your final payment, you're going to be able to go online, register, do your paperwork for your cruise. This is where you're going to want to set up your check-in time. Your check-in time is going to be the time that you chose to tell them when you're going to arrive at the cruise port. This is very important that you make this time that you sign up for if you want a smooth and quick embarkation. If you don't make the time, you will be directed to a different line, and this line is going to be very long. To sum it all up, if you make it to the port at your check-in time, your embarkation day is going to be a whole lot smoother and a whole lot faster. First thing I suggest that you do not do is pack everything into your main luggage, because you're going to have to drop your main luggage off when you arrive at the port. So what you want to have is like a little extra carry-on bag, whether it's a book bag or some type of travel bag. And in this carry-on bag, you're going to want to have some main essentials such as hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, medication, some extra swimwear, just anything that's kind of important to you that you may need within the next 2 or 3 hours, because you will not see your luggage probably until another 2 or 3 hours after you board the ship. The next thing you're going to want to do is take advantage of first day sales. When you arrive on the ship the first day, they're going to have sales only for the first day. They're going to have things like 2-for-1 drinks. You have to find the bars that have 2-for-1 drinks only for that day. They're going to have alcohol packages on sale. They're going to have, especially the restaurants are going to have sales where they give away extra perks if you book the first day of your cruise. So take advantage of some of those things, especially if you know you're going to attend a specialty restaurant during some point of your cruise, or if you know you're going to want to take some alcohol back home with you. Take advantage of those first day sales and it'll save you a lot of money. The next thing you do not want to do is try to avoid the muster drill. Now, the muster drill is going to be the least exciting thing about your cruise, but it's for your safety. What it is, it's a safety training. You will know what to do in case of an emergency. So don't try to miss this drill, because the room stewards are going to check every room. They're going to check every bathroom. They're going to check everyone on their ship to make sure no one is in their room or hiding from this muster drill. You're going to have to attend this drill. Plus, they're going to do a scan of your key card to make sure that you have arrived at your destination. You're going to be assigned an area to go to check in to your muster drill. So do not try to miss this muster drill, because they're going to know if you're there or not. The next thing you're going to want to do is take advantage of the dining room. The dining rooms are open breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And what a lot of people don't know is when you attend the dining room, you can order anything off of those menus that you want, as much as you want. If you want to order 2 steaks, if you want to order 2 lobsters, they will bring you 2 steaks and 2 lobsters at the same time. So it's not limited to just one of those things on the menu. Another advantage of eating in the dining room is you can avoid some of the long lines, like at the buffets. The only time the line is long at the dining room is probably going to be on formal night. But other than that, you should be able to go right in, get a seat, and have your food brought to you in a timely manner. And the food in the dining room is a little bit better quality than it is out on the buffets or in some of the other places of the ship. The next thing you don't want to do is be too late getting back to the ship on port days. Now they're going to give you times to be back on the ship. You're going to have to make those times because the ships will not wait on you. If you are not booked through a Carnival excursion, they will not wait on you. If you're out doing something on your own and you are late getting back and it's time for the ship to leave, they will not wait on you. So make sure that you make it back to port. If you are doing something that's an hour out, and don't wait till that last hour before it's time to leave to try to leave that destination. Get there plenty of time so you do not get left on that island. Now, I know some of these places are very beautiful, they're very fun, you do not want to leave, but you have got to get back to the ship on time. The next thing, make sure your watches and your phones are set with the ship's time. Now they're going to be displayed all over the ship the right time. So when you get into port, make sure that your phone and your watches are set with the time of the ship, not with the time that you had when you left whatever city or state or town that you left from. So make sure your time is with their time, because you don't want to get left on the island because your watch is an hour behind the ship's time. The next thing you want to do is make sure you have your phone in airplane mode, because those roaming charges in international waters can be very high. Unless you have something set up with your mobile provider, make sure you put that phone in airplane mode before you reach those international waters. The next thing you do not want to do is wait till the morning of debarkation to take care of any unpaid tabs or bills. What you want to do is always check your tab the night before or the day before the last day of your cruise. There are going to be kiosks throughout the ship that you can pull up on those kiosks and see how much you owe or if you have any balances. What I normally do is I'll go and print everything out the night before debarkation. That night before you get ready to get off the ship, go and check your balances. Make sure that all tabs are taken care of. That way when you get ready to get off the ship, you do not have any unpaid balances, because you will not be able to get off the ship if you owe any balance, whether it's 10 cents, 15 cents, or whatever. They're going to want that money, because when they scan your card, it's going to show that you owe a balance, and they're going to pull you to the side and ask you to take care of this bill before you get off the ship. The next thing you're going to want to do is be on the lookout for the gratuities. Now the gratuities can be prepaid ahead of time. You can do them online or pay them when you first get on the ship. But what a lot of people do is they wait and just let them bill them for it. And it normally don't show up on your bill until about the third or the fourth day of your cruise. And a lot of people don't remember that they're going to have that gratuity to come out. So you want to make sure you got that extra money to pay that gratuity. Now the gratuities are usually about $12 to $13 each day of the cruise. And this is for like the tips for your room stewards. You're really tipping them for their hard work that they're doing for you. These are just a few do's and don'ts that I've come across while on my cruises. But if you have some different do's and don'ts that you would like to share with us, put them in the comments below. And if any of this was helpful to you, give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. And until next time, let's live, love, and cruise.